and welcome to Jamming, the best thing to hit music since Ben Elton's musical Rod Stewart. Closed. I'm Rowland Rivron, and let's let my skins begin. On bass, known for his work with Madness, The Illness, not the band sadly, the perfectly cracked Dave Catlin-Birch. Beside me, a man whose keyboard skills put Bill Gates to shame. Oh yes, Richard Vranch. On guitar from Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine, the man behind Sheriff Fatman, which is certainly better than being underneath him. It's Jimbob Morrison. Here we go. Take it down, guys. Take it down. Take it down. On banjo-layling, a novelist and comedian, but sadly no relation to Gary. It's Robert Newman.
Sex and drugs and rock and roll, all my brain and body need. Sex and drugs and rock and roll, very good indeed. When I'm reading English.
A bit of surreptitious overdubbing tomorrow, and that'll sound great. I'm Rowland Rivron, and welcome to Jammin'. As usual, we'll be asking the questions that the Radio 2 audience want answered. Like, how many members of Westlife have to quit the band before they finally call it a day? Have the super furry animals been put in quarantine after their European tour? And can it be true that, bear with me on this one, Texas, MC Romeo, S-Club and the Cardigans are going to form a supergroup under the banner Tesco Club Card? So, who joins me today to create what I believe will be the music of tomorrow, if not later on this afternoon? My first guest, mixed punk, puns and satire. He might have failed to bring down the government, but he did manage to help bring down the fragrant Philip Schofield at the Smash Hits poll winners party some time ago. Carter began in 1988 and took their name from Fruit Bat's rather active social life, which is a relief as they could have been called Carter the Unstoppable Backgammon Machine. Please welcome Jimbob. So, let's go way back. Can you remember the first song you ever wrote? It's usually an embarrassment.
I don't want to break the tradition. It was a band called Prairie Dog.
Nice. Who was in that?
Just me. And this is a song called Planet of No Return.
This is the first song you wrote on your own in your bedroom. Can we play along if we feel the urge?
Yeah, it was about the end of the world.
No.
I think that's important. Which didn't come.
Okay.
Burn, burn, the planet of no return. Burn, burn, the planet of no return. When will we learn?
How old were you?
13.
What were your friends doing when you were writing this? OK, well, let's wind the clock forward. Am I right in thinking you attacked the fragrant Philip Schofield?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Fruit Bat, as mentioned earlier, tried to save him from a sniper's bullet. But to everybody watching it on television, it appeared as though he rugby tackled him to the floor.
Right.
But it was actually a heroic act of martyrdom.
Yes. And Fruit Bat, is he still with us? Is he inside? Is he on medication?
He's a combination of all three. He's here tonight.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. Waving with the one good arm he's got. Well, for the time being, sit tight with the guitar, and, ladies and gentlemen, Jimbob. My second guest is a writer and comedian, which means he spends half his time sitting down and the other half standing up. He started his career as an impressionist, mimicking talents like Jonathan Ross and Ronnie Corbett, but he quickly moved on. He has recently returned from a book tour of the USA, promoting his latest novel, Fountain at the Centre of the World. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Newman. OK, you were playing at the
ukulele, but also known as banjolele, because there's two types of ukulele, and the ones with the round head is called the banjolele.
And the word Clash written on it there. What's that about?
Stencil on it, yeah, because I was an obsessive Clash fan. We were discussing earlier sort of embarrassing early songs, and I was, not only did I write really totally rubbish songs, but I ended up delivering them to the Clash. And I really would like to turn the clock back. It happened in a totally humiliating way as well. I phoned up the boy shop in the King's Road, because I used to hang around in the Clash, hang around in it, and said, "Oh, hi, are the Clash there? Bernie Rhodes said to phone up, because I've got this band, and we do, loads of reggae and punk, and he, wants me to meet the band." And they went, "All right, well, you better speak to Topper." So, so his drummer put me on the top, and he said, "All right, come," and I think he was winding me up, he said, "Come round to this," and he mentioned this sort of squat in Brixton he claimed they were staying at, and, deliver the songs. And they weren't in. And so I cycled there from my little village with such classics as There's a Bomb in London, War in Action, which was based on the theme tune of World in Action, Princess Anne is Ill. It was exciting. And actually, whenever I did meet them, they were always very nice. I remember meeting Strummer, big rally in Hyde Park in about 1981. I went up to him shaking like this, and I said, "Hi, are they going to let you play?" And he went, "No, they won't let me go out there with my Sunny songs." And I went, "Oh, all right, you've got to carry on, right? You're the only ones telling the truth." And within a week, the Clash had split up.
OK, moving on. You've just returned from Mexico, and you came back full of it.
You can learn a lot about the culture by the way they incentivise the selling of peanuts.
What?
Roland, how do they encourage you to buy more peanuts?
It's a cardboard thing on the back of the bar with an attractive lady. The more peanuts you buy and eat, the more you get to see her breasts.
Yes, exactly.
As simple as that. No bad thing.
Until you compare it to Mexico, and there, the same thing. The incentive to buy it is you take the last peanut off and you see the lyrics of Imagine written out in Spanish. Consequently now, I can't ever hear the lyrics now as if they were being read out by Subcomandante Marcos of the Zapatistas. Imagina que no hay países. No es difícil de hacer. Nada por que matar o morir. Y ninguna religión también. Imagina toda la gente viviendo su vida en paz.
I'm leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street until a certain little lady goes by.
It's all very well having special guests. We still need to have the support of a regular band, and these men are really regular. I've never had to stop so many times on the M6 getting here. It is, of course, Dave Catlin-Birch and Richard Vranch. Richard, what have you got for us this week?
I do like fishing, and I've set my iPod playlist, and I thought I'd just give you my short playlist for when I go fishing.
Playing live with us now?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
There's a place for us. A school's out for summer. I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Touching at straws, Richard.
Oh, Lord. Salmon saved my life tonight. Thank you for the days. Dry your eyes, mate. I know it's hard to take, but her mind has been made up. There's plenty more fish.
Now, Dave, you're king of the bass lines. What have you got?
It was sort of like this, really.
It's not if you go into the woods, is it? No. Because it usually is. Right, guys, guests of the show. Do you see what we've got to do? We've got to try and think of a tune that maybe that bass line fits. Jimbob, got any ideas?
Yeah, give us a sort of double time ride cymbal.
Over that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I like it. Hey, I like this bit. Oh, I love that tune.
Gets to you, doesn't it?
It does. It gets underneath you and then lifts you up and just throws you down again. Is it the James Bond theme by Monty Norman?
No, sure.
Damn. OK, Robert, you'll go. Come on, must have it.
Come on, you cats, get here. Black and orange street cats sitting on the Ain't got enough dough to pay it around. I'm flat broke, but I don't care. Strut right by with my tail in the air.
Is it? All right, stop. Is it Stray Cat Struck by the Stray Cats?
No, I'm afraid it's
No,
not.
it is. Look, straight
No, it's not.
cats.
Rob, the way we play the game. If it isn't, it isn't. Dave, you know.
No, but I'm telling you, look.
I know, but it isn't,
I
mate.
don't bother
It will never be.
I think I've got one.
You've got one?
Yeah.
Richard's
can
got
you
one.
give it to me again, and I'll come in with you.
After all the jacks back in the boxes, and all the clowns have all gone to bed, you can hear the happiness staggering on down the street. Footprints dressed in red.
Is it Wind Cried? All right. Is it Wind Cried Mary?
And no, it's not. Actually,
It's not.
No.
All right. Well, again, you seem to have beaten us.
Yes.
Quelle surprise. Anybody in the audience know what it is?
Oh yeah. Any ideas?
You see? It's not that bloody easy, is it? Dave, put us out of our misery. What is it? Come on.
But the film is a saddening bore.
Oh,
'Cause she's seen it 10 times or more.
David, Billy Bell.
She could spit in the eyes of fools as they ask her to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go. It's the freakiest shine. Take a look at the wrong man beating up the wrong guy. Oh man, wondering if he'll ever know. He's in the best-selling show. Is there life on Mars?
There you go. Life on Mars, obviously. Done by Dave Catlin-Birch.
On a lamppost, hey, leaning on a lamppost, hey, leaning.
One of the most dramatic trends in music is when two worlds collide. Robert Johnson discovered the sound of the blues, Miles Davis discovered modern jazz, and Jamiroquai discovered some Stevie Wonder albums at a jumble sale. I'm now going to ask one guest to volunteer a favourite tune and the other to nominate a favourite style to play it in. It's that simple. So, Robert, what style of music is tickling your fancy at the moment?
Radiohead?
Really?
No.
Radiohead will do. I'll take that as an answer. So, Jimbob, what song can you pretty much not live without?
I don't know about songs, but artists. There's
Okay.
only two people I like,
Really?
which is Chaz
Uh-huh.
and Dave.
Oh dear. Wait until you-
Not just me, I think. We'll see.
Right, well, basically, what we've got here, we've got Radiohead, and we've got Chaz and Dave. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You got a beautiful chin. You got beautiful skin. You got a beautiful face. You got taste. You got a lot without a doubt. But I was thinking about blowing you out. You want to stop talking? Why don't you give her a rest? You come a rabbit from Sainsbury's. It's time you got it off your chest. You was just the type of girl to break my heart in two. I knew right off when I first set my eyes on you. But how was I to know you've been my heroes too? With your incessant talking, you're becoming a pest.
Rabbit, rabbit,
Rabbit.
rabbit,
Rabbit.
rabbit,
Rabbit.
rabbit,
Rabbit.
rabbit,
Rabbit. Rabbit.
bunny,
Rabbit.
bunny,
Rabbit.
bunny,
Rabbit.
rabbit,
Rabbit.
rabbit,
Rabbit.
I don't belong here.
Okay, now, Robert, let's turn the tables. What style of music gets your party started?
I don't like music. Or if I do, it has to be decent music.
So, am I right in thinking maybe Johnny Rotten is the...
Very clever.
Jimbob, is there a song or songs you would like to maybe experience with the band at all?
When I'm not listening to Chas and Dave,
Uh-huh.
I'm watching the work of Keating and Minogue.
Ronan and Kylie.
Yeah, watching, not listening.
Okay, so there you have it. I think on stage left here we have Johnny Rotten. On stage right we have the work from Ronan Keating. This should be interesting.
The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me whenever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. The message of this song basically being shut your mouth and keep it closed. I can work out what you're thinking from the expression on your vacant boat. I hate this song. I feel like I am buying duty-free leather goods in a Dubai cash and carry when I listen to this for some reason. Malcolm, decent music, please.
I'm leaning on a lamppost at the corner of the street.
Next up, it's Party Pieces, the chance for our guests to show us how they liven up those glamorous showbiz parties that are now almost a daily occurrence. Well, Jimbob, in 1991, you did have a hit, am I right, with Sheriff Fatman?
Yeah, the first of many.
What we're going to do for your party piece, if you don't mind, we're going to remind ourselves as to how that song went initially, and then we're going to give it a spin. We're going to update it, if you don't mind. But more of that later. Let's just remind ourselves of the classic Sheriff Fatman.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Sheriff Fatman. Sheriff Fatman started out in business as a granny farmer. He was infamous for 15 minutes and he appeared on Panorama. Then he somehow got himself on board the Starship Enterprise Allowance Scheme with the Prince of Wales Award for pushing Valium and amphetamine. on second base behind Nicholas Span. What's his face? 6'6" and 100 tons. The undisputed king of the slums. And my alias is that Class by B. Master put trouble unseen. Just about to take stage. The one and only hold the front page. Batman's got something to sell. To the capital's homeless. The Crossroads Motel. With a no fix to the roadless. We can live life in style. You can sleep in a closet. You flash him a smile. You take your teeth out deposit. There's bats in the belfry. The windows are jammed. The toilets ain't healthy. You don't give a damn. Shackles and smiles. Laughs like a madman. A born again rat man. Here he comes. Sheriff Batman.
Okay. What we're going to do now, we're going to update it a bit, because let's face it, Sheriff Fat Man, that's very 1991. We need a Sheriff Fat Man of 2005. Anybody got any ideas? You madam over there, Simon Cowell? Why, of course. Okay, so basically, Simon Cowell is our new Sheriff Fat Man. We need some words, some motivation. Right, Robert, give us a word.
Black t-shirts, rebellious.
Black t-shirt, okay, there you go. Dave, have you got something you can contribute?
Anton Deck.
Anton Deck, nice one. I'm going to go with Sharon Osbourne. There you go, there's another one. Richard, what have you got?
X Factor.
X Factor, okay. We've got Black T-shirt, Anton Deck, Sharon Osbourne and X Factor. Let's take it from the top. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Simon Cowell. Now, Simon Cowell started out in business as a chiropractor. He was infamous for 15 minutes and he appeared on the X Factor. Then he somehow got himself on board the Anton Deck allowance scheme with a Prince of Wales Award for pushing the Will and Gareth team. Moving up on second base behind Louis Walsh and Sharon What's the face of 5 for 6 and 100 grand. The undisputed king of the bland with more black t-shirts than Klaus Barbie. The master ego of ITV and a hatchback with Peter Powell. The one and only Simon Cowell.
Okay, the singer F.R. David once sang, "Words don't come easy to me." And sure enough, his follow-up song, oh dear, I had it a minute earlier, hang on, was a disaster. As was his appearance on Countdown. And it's for that reason we never invite him to be a member of our audience. Because we want you to shout out some words. Any words, we will try and find a song. Not yet! God. We'll try and find a song that word contains, won't we? Okay, so please feel free to begin shouting. Bear in mind, we are on Radio 2. Aardvark.
Never. You're using a dictionary, aren't you?
We are near the end of the show. I think you should start halfway through, sir.
How about, I can't play it, but I'd like to teach the world to sing.
I'd like to teach the world to sing. That'll work.
Yeah.
Rhubarb.
I've got one. I've got one. Goes
We've
like
got
this.
one.
If I had a fuzz box, it'd be even better. When it goes.
Hey, stop! There you go. Anyone else? Coffee.
Coffee.
I've got one with coffee. One more cup of coffee for the road. Something like that.
Yeah.
One more cup of coffee before I go.
Who sang it?
To the valley below.
Who sang it?
Yeah.
Bob Dylan, of course he did.
Sorry, I sang the wrong melody, but it doesn't matter because he does.
Oh! Right. One more. Somebody said something over here. Tense.
I know a song with the word tense in it. And it goes something like this.
What's this?
I can't seem to face up to the facts.
Oh.
I'm tense and nervous and I can't relax. I can't sleep cause my bed's on fire. Don't touch me, I'm a real live wire.
Psycho killer, kiss me say,
before someone writes a letter of complaint to the BBC. So, with that in mind, I think it's time we drew a veil over today's proceedings. And if we can't find a veil, we'll just pop a headscarf over them instead. So thank you to the unstoppable Schofield scarer that is Jimbob. And a big thanks to the biting banjolele of Is It Johnny Rod? No, it's Robert Newman! Plus the two men who've got rhythm, music and a taxi waiting just outside. Dave Catlin-Birch and Richard Vranch. I remain Rowland Rivron. Until next time, goodbye.
Jammin was presented by Rowland Rivron with Richard Vranch, Dave Catlin-Birch, Jimbob and Robert Newman. Programme associates were Robin Ince and Paul Powell, and it was produced by Claire Bartlett and Will Saunders. This week, Jammin was brought to you in association with George Formby leaning on a lamppost.
Dermot O'Leary.